Hi kids, today our topic of discussion is height and distances from class 10. Now we all know that trigonometry has a wide range of uses, one of it being height and distances. See, suppose you take a situation, you are standing on the ground, suppose AB, and there's a building at a distance, suppose CD, okay, and you are seeing the top of the building, then this is known as line of sight. So we can calculate the height of the building or the distance between AB and CD by using the concept of trigonometry. Okay, let us see first few concepts. Okay, now suppose from A you are seeing the top of the building C, then the line of sight, look carefully, makes an angle with the horizontal. This angle is known as angle of elevation, and using the tangent property, tan theta equals to perpendicular by base, we can calculate the height. Most of the time you will see that this is the building, suppose AB, and the point lies on the ground and you're seeing in an object. This is the line of sight. Okay, you're seeing the top of the building from a point C on the ground. Then in this case, this is your angle of elevation. Now the tangent, tan theta, is AB by BC. So if we know two quantities, the third quantity can be easily known. So we can get the height or the distance between the point C and the building AB. Is it clear? Now there's one more term. Suppose there is a building, suppose AB, and you are seeing a point C on the ground from A. Then this is your line of sight. Then your line of sight makes an angle with the horizontal. See, suppose alpha. Then this is known as angle of depression. Look carefully. When you are at the, from below you're seeing the top of a building. This is angle of elevation. From the top of the building you're seeing the point down. Then that is angle of depression. Now suppose you are over here, then this is definitely angle of elevation, and by the diagram this is parallel to this, which means theta equals to alpha. What I mean to say, that angle of elevation is equal to angle of depression. So if you know the value of angle of elevation or angle of depression, then using the tangent property you can get the height or the distance. Okay, these points need to be clear before we move to the sums. Now let us see sums from exercise 20 L AGGARWAL. Now look at sum number 1 from exercise 20 L AGGARWAL. An electric pole is 10 meter high. It's always advisable to draw the diagram properly. If you don't draw the diagram properly, you won't get the sum. If its shadow is, this is 10 meter. If its shadow is 10 root 3 meter. So the pole casts a shadow, suppose this is the shadow, and the length of the shadow is 10 root 3. So there was a sun over here. Okay. Find the elevation of the sun, which means this angle they are asking. From this point, if you are seeing the top of the electric pole, then what is the angle of elevation? Simple. Just look over here. In this diagram, tan theta is perpendicular by base, which means tan theta is 10 by 10 root 3, which means tan theta is 1 by root 3. Now when is the value of tan 1 by root 3? At tan 30 degree, which means theta will be 30 degree, which means the angle of elevation is 30 degree. Done. Now see the next one, number 2. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower from a point on the ground and at a distance of 50 meter from it, its foot is 30 degree. So there is a tower. You are seeing the top of the tower, isn't it? The angle of elevation is 30 degree, and this distance, is 150 meter. Find the height of the tower correct to the one place of decimal, which means they're asking BC. Same, we'll use tangent. Tan 30 is BC by AB, no doubt in that. Now tan 30 is 1 by root 3 is BC by 150, which means BC is 150 by root 3. We'll rationalize the denominator, which means BC is 150 into root 3 by root 3 into root 3. That's 150 root 3 by 3. So BC will be 50 root 3. We know the value of root 3. So BC will be 50 into 1.732. You calculate this. Is it clear? Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 3. A ladder is placed against a wall. So if this is your wall, of course, this has to be the ladder, okay? Such that it reaches the top of the wall. The foot of the ladder is 1.5 meter away from the wall, and the ladder is inclined at an angle of 60 degree with the ground. Find the height of the wall. A, B, C. If AB is the wall, they need the height of the wall. Is it clear? AC is your ladder. Clearly, see, tan theta is AB by BC, which means tan 60 is AB, which is not known to us, by BC. So tan 60 is root 3 is equal to AB by BC is 1.5, which means AB is 1.5 root 3 meters. So your AB is 1.5, 1.732 meters. You multiply it and get the answer. Is it clear? Very simple. Number 4, if you look. What is the angle of elevation of the sun when the length of the shadow of a vertical pole is equal to its height? Which means there's a pole, it casts a shadow on the ground, and the length of the shadow and the pole is same. Suppose the sun, you need to find the angle of elevation. Pretty easy. Look over here. Tan theta is BC by AB. So tan theta BC, the length of the, what was it? The vertical pole is X, and the distance or the shadow, length of the shadow is also X, which means tan theta is 1. When is the value of tan theta 1? At 45. So we can say tan theta is tan 45, which means theta is 45 degree, which means when the angle is 45 degree, the angle of elevation, then the length of the pole and the length of its shadow cast on the ground will be of same length. Is it clear? Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 7. From the top of a cliff 92 meter high, so I'll draw the diagram. See, this is 92 meter high. The angle of depression of a boy is 20 degree. So from here, if you see here, the angle of depression, which means this angle is 20 degree. Calculate the nearest meter, the distance of the boy from the foot of the cliff, which means they are asking this distance. So A, B, C. Now we know angle of depression and angle of elevation is same, isn't it? If you are at point C and you are looking at A, then this is your angle of elevation, and these two angles are same, alternate angle. Okay, now look carefully. Tan 20 degree is perpendicular by base. Now tan 20 degree, you can find it at the back of your book. They have given the trigonometrical table from there. Okay, so tan 20 I have already taken out is this. AB is 92 by BC, which means your BC will be 92 by 0.3639, which is 92 into, this is 10,000, yeah, by 3639. You calculate this. Am I clear? I leave the calculation to you all. Now, number 8. A boy is flying a kite with a string of length 100 meter. So, suppose I draw the diagram, isn't it? There's the kite, okay? The boy is flying the kite and the length of the string is 100 meter. If the string is tight and the angle of elevation of the kite is 26 degree 32 minutes. So this is the angle of elevation. Find the height of the kite correct to 1 decimal places. Ignore the height of the boy. See, I've ignored the height of the boy. Suppose A, B, C. Again, over here if you look carefully, we need to calculate the perpendicular and the hypotenuse is given. So use sine. Sine 26 degree 32 minutes some people have, which means perpendicular by hypotenuse, which is AC. Now sine 26 degree 32 minutes, again you can see at the back, that's 0.4467 equals to BC by 100, which means 44.67 equals to BC, which means 44.7 is equal to BC in meters. Am I clear? Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 10. A bridge across a river makes an angle of 45 degree with the river bank. So this is the bridge. They have given the diagram. Okay, this makes an angle 45 degree with the river bank. If the length of the bridge across the river is 200 meter, which means this length is 200 meter, what is the breadth of the river? So if you drop a perpendicular from here, then this becomes your breadth, isn't it? AB. And if you look carefully in the triangle ABC, this AC is known, 200 meter, which means the hypotenuse is known, and they are asking the perpendicular. So the best trigonometrical ratio to use will be sine. See, sine 45 is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Now sine 45 is 1 by root 2 is AB by AC. AC is 200 meter, which means AB is 200 by root 2. We'll rationalize it, isn't it? We'll multiply by root 2 and root 2. So that becomes AB equals to 200 root 2 by 2. That's 100 root 2. And root 2, we know the value. Root 2 is 1.414, which means this is 141.4 meter, which means the width of the river is 141.4 meter. Now let us look at this. A vertical tower is 20 meter high. So there's a vertical tower which is 20 meter high. A man standing at some distance from the tower knows that the cosine of the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 0.53, which means, look carefully, if this is your theta, if your angle, if elevation is theta, this is the top of the tower, then the cosine of the angle, which means cos theta, is given as 0.53. Am I clear? Now again, look at the back of your book. When is the value of cosine 0.53? If you look carefully, I've already written, this is at 58 degree. You will see that the value of cosine is 0.53, which means the angle of elevation is nothing but 58 degree. What they are asking? How far is he standing from the foot? Which means they are asking the pace. Again, we'll use tan. See, tan theta is perpendicular pi base, isn't it? Now, tan 58 is equal to AB is 20 pi BC, isn't it? Which means tan 58, again at the back you see, it's 1.6003 is equal to 20 pi BC, which means BC is nothing but 20 by 1.6003. Am I clear? So your BC will be 20 into again 10,000 by 16003 meter. You need to calculate this value. Clear? Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 12. The upper part of the tree broken by wind falls to the ground without being detached, which means there was a tree, okay, the upper part, suppose it broke down, okay, without being detached, okay, this part broke down and came over here, isn't it? A, B, C. The top of the broken part touches the ground at an angle of 38 degree 30 minutes at a point 6 meter away from the foot of the tree. Calculate the height at which the tree is broken, which means this height, and the original height of the tree, which means AB plus AC. Now look carefully. First, tan 38 degree 30 minute. Tan is what? Perpendicular by base. Now tan 38 degree 30 minute is 0.7954. AB we don't know. By BC is 6. So AB is 0.7954 into 6. Isn't it? That's 4.7724. Okay, got it? Now look carefully. We know the perpendicular, that's 4.7724. Okay, we need to find the hypotenuse. So if you use sine, see, sine 38 degree 30 minutes, you can use cos also, it's your choice. Perpendicular, that's 4.7724 by hypotenuse, that's AC. The sine 38 degree 30 minute is 0.6225. From the back you can see 0.6225 is equal to 4.7724 by AC, which means AC will be 4.7724 by 0.6225. If you calculate this, this will be 7.6665. Is it clear? Now you got AC, you got AB. So the height of the tree will be what? 4.7724 plus 7.6665. Isn't it? That's 12.4389 meter. Am I clear? Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at sum number 13. An observer 1 meter tall is 20.5 meter away from a tower 22 meter high, which means this is the ground. There was an observer. The height of the observer is 1.5 meter. There's a tower 22 meter and the distance between them is 20.5 meter. Determine the angle of elevation of the top of the tower from the eye of the observer. So this should be the angle of elevation, isn't it? Which this is the line of sight. The line of sight, the angle which the line of sight makes with the horizontal is known as angle of elevation. We need to calculate theta. Now look, A, B, C, D, E. Now, of course, DE and CB are same, 20.5 meter. Now BE is 1.5. So AB will be 22 minus 1.5. That's how much? 20.5 meter. Am I clear? Now look, tan theta in the triangle ABC is perpendicular by base. Now perpendicular is 20.5 and base is 20.5. That's 1. Now when is the value of tan 1? At tan 45, which means theta is 45 degree, which means the angle of elevation is 45 degree. Now let us look at the next sum. Now look at this sum. 14 part 2. From a boat 300 meter away from the vertical cliff, which means there is a vertical cliff and the boat is 300 meter away from the vertical cliff. The angle of elevation of the top and the foot of the vertical concrete pillar at the edge of the cliff, which means at the edge of the cliff there's a pillar, and from the boat the angle of elevation of the top and the bottom of the pillar is 55 degree 40 minute and bottom is 54 degree 20 minutes. A, B, C, D. Find the height of the pillar, which means AD. Look carefully. First of all, in triangle ABC, tan 54 degree 20 minutes is AB by BC. Now tan 54 degree 20 minutes, you can see at the back of the book they have given the trigonometrical table, is 1.3933. It's AB by BC, that's 300. I'll make a video on this, how to see the values. Okay. Now, so AB, you multiply by 3, 3 3 is a 9, 2 3 is a 9, 3 9 is a 27, 3 3 is a 9, 10, 11. This is 414.99 meter. Okay. Then look at triangle BCD. Triangle BCD. Over there, tan 55 degree 40 minutes is BD by BC. Now tan 55 degree 40 minute is again 1.4641 and BD we don't know. BC is 300. So BD will be 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12, 3 6 are 18 plus 1 19, 12, 13, 439.23 meters. So DA clearly is BD minus this, isn't it? You subtract it, so that's 4, 2, that's 1, that's 2. Am I clear? So the height of the pillar is 21.24 meter. Now let us look at the next sum. Now let us see sum number 60. Very important. An aeroplane when flying at a height of 3125 from the ground, which means there is an aeroplane which is flying at a height of 3125 meter from the ground, passes vertically below another plane at an instant, which means there was another plane and our original plane was below this plane. Okay, when the angle of elevation of these two planes, this is A, B, okay, from the same point on the ground are 30 degree and 60 degree respectively, which means from here, if you are seeing the two plane from the same point, the angle of elevation is 30 degree, of course. This is 30 degree and this is 60 degree. Find the distance between the two planes, which means they are asking AB. One plane was at A, at the same time there was another plane at B, just above A. Very easy, just look over here. In triangle ABC, in triangle ADC, tan 30 is AC by DC, isn't it? Now tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is AC by DC. So 1 by root 3, AC is 3125, DC as it is. So DC is 3125 root 3. Okay. Now look in triangle BCD. In triangle BCD, if you talk about tan 60 degree is BC by DC, isn't it? Just substitute the value. Tan 60 we know is root 3. BC, keep it as BC, and DC is 3125 root 3. So BC will be 3125 root 3 multiplied by root 3. So that's 3125 into 3. Am I clear or not? That's, you just multiply. 3 5s are 15, 3 2 6 7, 3 1s are 3. That's 9375. So this is 9375 BC, and AC we know is 3125, which means AB, the distance AB will be 9375 minus 3125, that's 6250, which means the distance between these two planes is 6250. Keep it till here in this video. The rest of the sums we'll do in the next video. Till then, take care.